Welcome to my office.
Beautiful office, the best one.
I mean, it's quite special. I must say, as a player, you don't get to see this angle all the time.
Yeah. Fortunately, I have to say, I say fortunately because I see it as a good thing. Especially the first few years of my career at Manchester United, I had a lot of injuries. It was a little bit up and down. A lot of games I was in the stands, not in the squad, and I got to see the games a little bit from this side, more than that I wanted to. But now I appreciate even more being on the pitch, and but I can tell it's a special view from here.
I mean, since that time, you've had more than now 200 appearances for the club. Last night I was watching the game, nearly scored as well, and it's like things are looking good for you. You've had a great career at Manchester United personally.
Yeah, I think it's been a progressive career, I would say. Obviously, I still believe that the best times are yet to come. But at the same time, I look back and obviously the growth that I've been having makes me proud, makes me feel good. The way that I progress at the club, and then obviously things start to come when you work really hard for it, when you dedicate yourself to it. And yeah, this last couple of seasons have been really good individually, but like I said, I still believe that the best times are yet to come.
Hopefully this weekend as well, here on this stage, the derby. How do you get yourself pumped up for that?
I mean, I don't think you need too much. When you come to these games, it becomes already automatic that feeling of wanting to play the best games. Those are the best games to play, especially here at Old Trafford. The atmosphere will be amazing for sure. So this is the games that when you're a kid you dream of playing in a big competition like the Premier League. So it's also try to enjoy those moments. I know it's difficult sometimes when we are football players, especially when things are not going so well, or with the amount of games that we are playing in a season. The schedule is so busy that sometimes you forget a little bit to enjoy. But at the same time, you have these opportunities to play in front of these fans in this stadium against a very good team. These are the moments that you dream of doing it. So on Sunday will be one more opportunity to do it.
I want to ask you about the women's club, because the women's team getting to play here for their derby beginning in May, getting the opportunity to utilise Old Trafford. How important is that to yourself to encourage young girls to play football?
I think it's massive, and obviously what I hope is for them to have the opportunity to play with a full stadium. I think that would be amazing for them. It's something unique. This stadium has a special aura, a special feeling every time you come to the pitch and you see the stadium full. Sometimes when you're here for a long time, you might take for granted because there's always like that. But if you stop to realize how fortunate you are to play every single home game in front of more than 70,000 people all the time, it makes it special. So I hope they have that opportunity. Every time they play in the stadium, I believe that they feel special, they feel a part of the club, and I think it's becoming even more a big part of this club. So hopefully they get this experience and win the game. I think that's the most important thing.
Absolutely. I saw lovely pictures of your daughter on social media, and the picture of her wearing the little United kit out with you at Old Trafford. You must look and think, one day she can do that.
Yeah, I think hopefully one day she can look to it and be inspired by that. Obviously, me being a football player, she will have the ball always there in the corner. And then she will decide if she wants to play football or not. But I think we have to normalize a little bit more women to be in love for this sport. I think it's such a beautiful sport, such a sport that impacts a lot of people. So why not? Why can you not have maybe one day in the future men and women playing together? I don't know. in a few years, maybe that can happen. I don't know. It's a scenario that we don't know the future, but I think we have to normalize a fact that women's team can fill get stadiums full. They can play in front of thousands of people, attractive football. I think the women's football are going towards that direction, and hopefully they can reach that level.
Good. I mean, they're pushing for Champions League football, which is incredible. Next stop for you guys is Europa League. How's the feeling in camp for that?
It's obviously an important trophy. We want to win it. I know what we all obviously know what it means. First of all, because it's an European competition, and this club lives by that, lives for European nights, for big trophies. Obviously, if you ask a Man United fan if they prefer to win the Europa League or the Champions League, they will say the Champions League. But for us to be able to play in Champions League next year, there's a trophy, there's an opportunity there. So apart from trying to win the games in the Premier League, when we have the opportunity in the Europa League, we have to take it and look to it as an opportunity for us to win one more trophy.
Absolutely. Can I ask you about your manager and the Portuguese contingent at Manchester United? Do you have like a group chat? Just Portuguese lads only?
No, we don't.
I think it was something that he tried to make sure as soon as he arrived to adapt really quick. For everybody not to feel that obviously sometimes it's easier for him to communicate in Portuguese in the first few months, but now I think it became completely normal for him to speak English. It was funny because sometimes he was so used to it in the beginning to speak Portuguese that he would start speaking Portuguese to all the players. And the players were like, boss, come on, you're speaking. And he was like, oh, sorry. And he started already to the English, but it's a normal adaptation. I've been there when I arrived. It was exactly the same. But overall, I think apart from being a good manager, he's a very good person, and I think the players feel it and all the stuff.
I work at a radio station where like it's live and die sport, live and die Manchester United fans, and I definitely think that when you listen to him speaking to the press, he just speaks so as he feels, and I think that a lot of people can embrace that.
I think it's one of the best compliments that you can give about him is that because he's really honest. I think you can see that when he speaks, he's not trying to give the right answer, or he just speaks from the heart. I think when you're like that, and it's difficult for a manager to be always completely honest. But I think it's something that since I've known him as a manager, he's always been like that. And then it's people will judge him by his words, by his acts, but that's part of football. We football players will be judged by what we do on the pitch. So as a manager, you're always exposed to that, but I think he's a really good communicator, so he will be fine.
Same here, and apparently he listens to the radio and how it all is worked. So hopefully he'll stick with us on that one. Pass that message on for us, please, Diogo. And your mate, your teammate and countryman, Bruno Fernandes as well. What kind of friend is he? And I can only imagine the kind of person he is to be able to like suit up every single game and give it 100%. What's he like to be around? What feeling does he bring to the dressing room?
It makes things easier for everybody. Not just because of his qualities as a football player, because I think that's undeniable, but the way that he conducts himself every day. Guy that is always there for everybody, always wants to help, and then he is really complete when he has. When it's time to have a laugh, he can have a laugh. When it's time to be more serious, he's more serious. So I think he embraces what really is to play for this club and what it is to be a Man United player. So it's always great to have teammates like that, and I think that's the direction we want to go, to have more players like him in terms of behavior, and then on the pitch. I think, like I said previous, we will always be judged by what we do on the pitch, and I think what he does on the pitch it's something that is above average. He's a really good player, and and can be really decisive, and he's one of the best in the world.
Yeah, absolutely agree. Maybe your daughter, his daughter, and Ronaldo's daughter will all be playing for Man United women one day as well. And you guys will be here at the new stadium.
Oh, no, on the new stadium, yeah. Maybe in the new stadium. You will not have time to play in here.
Well, thank you for speaking to us today.
Thank you very
We
much.
appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Thank you very
Good
much.
luck for the end of the
Thank
season.
you.